Welcome to GK, Father of the Bride. This is episode number 8 Sunday. It's been a couple of weeks since our last podcast. I think I needed a break since we had the two trainers in from Camp Gladiator, but we're back, and it's exciting because the wedding is quickly approaching, and I think this is going to be a fun week for us. When my friends ask me how I feel about Jackie getting married, my universal answer is always that I'm excited because she's marrying a great guy. We love Mike, and we are thrilled that Jackie found such a great partner in Mike. And one reason why Mike is such an amazing guy is due to the role models that he has in his life, namely his mother and father. And today I have the good fortune of having Mike's mom and dad in the studio. So welcome Deb and Bob Bly to the call.
Thank you, Greg. Glad to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you both with us. We are conducting this interview remotely because Bob and Deb are joining us from their home in Ohio, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
That's a recent move. How's things coming along out there?
Coming along pretty good. There's no boxes left, and Deb's painted just about every room in the house already.
Oh my gosh, you guys make it happen quickly. You definitely have this down to a science. You've moved a few times in your lives, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 14 or 15.
I think we're at 15.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
wow, that's amazing.
Poor Mike and Bob. We moved them a lot.
Yeah, and Mike's a better person because of it. He remembers every single move. Every time we talk to him, we moved once. We moved from Chicago to Dallas, and that was a big change for us. We thought we were never going to move from Chicago, and when Mike heard us talking about it, he thought we were crazy that we were making such a big deal about it because he had been through it so many times with you guys. It was nothing.
Oh.
Well, that's great. Well, we had the good fortune of meeting each other last summer in Peoria. We had a couple days there together. We worked to set up Jackie's classroom, and that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. It was a lot of fun.
It was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
We had some great wine. We saw a nice band while we were out there, and it seemed like a long time off before the wedding, but here we are. And I think we're getting down to 6 weeks, so it's pretty exciting stuff.
It is. It's getting real close.
It's amazing how fast this time has flown by.
Yeah, we can't believe it. I mean, it's, it seemed like we had all the time in the world, and now, they're talking about all the people that are starting to RSVP. And do you guys have any idea from your side who might be heading to Dallas for the wedding?
Boy, let's see. I think both my brother and sister are, and my brother's wife, obviously, and then I think his two daughters and their families are spouses. And then I got, two other nieces, three other nieces. Quite a few, actually. I don't know the exact count, Greg, but there's quite a few from my family, and I know Deb's entire family is going.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gina was talking to Jackie this morning, and she said they had over 60 replies. So for every reply, it's at least 2. So we've got already 120 people, and that's not counting a number of folks that we know are coming and just haven't gotten around to sending back the RSVP. So it's quite a turnout for a destination wedding like this. It's going to be great.
I think we should just get a bunch of pup tents.
This could be like the next, the big music concert out in what was it,
There you go, like
Woodstock or something.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, I'm going to sleep in a hotel. If you guys want a pup tent, that's okay with me. But I'm going to be in a hotel room.
It's probably the safest thing. Yeah, it's the safest thing because we've gotten tons of rain here in Dallas lately, so it would feel like Woodstock. It probably rained the whole week while we're sleeping in tents.
Well, let's hope the rain gets out of its system before June 13th.
Yes, I'm sure it will. It's been well received because everything's nice and green, so it's going to be a beautiful backdrop for the wedding. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
So, Deb, you're an interior designer, right, by trade?
By trade, yes.
Yes. And I know you've been offering up a lot of great ideas for the wedding. How do you think the theme is coming along?
How do I think what's coming? I'm sorry.
The theme for the wedding?
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The hardest part is just being so far away and not having having to miss the opportunity at Christmas to go see the venue. So it makes it challenging, but websites and photos help. But Jackie and Gina have a good handle on things. They're doing great.
I wonder if they would say the same thing. I know they talk on a regular basis, and they think that they're missing quite a bit. But overall, I think you're right. I think that they put a great wedding together, and you're never going to catch everything. I'm sure there's going to be a couple of last minute snafus that we're going to have to deal with. But overall, once everyone gets here, that's the main thing is having the friends and family with us for this. It's going to be great.
Absolutely, and you know what? A lot of times, what you think is a snafu or didn't go right, people don't know because, they're just going to be observing and they don't know what you think you may have missed. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Everything that you all have been doing and you've been working so hard is just great. It's just going to be terrific.
Yeah, and, we think that the time went by fast in the last year as now, we're 6 weeks away. I can't even imagine what it's going to feel like that week. It's probably going to be like a dream. It'll be over and we won't even remember half of it.
It is. I think that's going to be the hard part is that the day, that week is going to go fast and we're going to go, oh my goodness, what happened? It's over. But thank goodness for pictures and other things to help remind us of the great day that's going to be.
Yes, and we're going to have a great photographer, so I'm sure he'll capture all those great images, and we'll cherish them for years to come.
Yeah.
It's going to be a very busy week leading up to Saturday. All the guys are going to be going golfing on Tuesday, so we're looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. And I know you have a lot of relatives coming in on Thursday, right?
Yes.
Of that week?
Now, I'm not sure what time. Just depends how their travels go. But, yes, they will be coming in on Thursday.
Excellent. And we're going to logistically have to figure out how to get the hundreds of boxes that Jackie has over to Oak Knolls. We haven't figured that one out yet. She has.
There is a lot of stuff at your house already. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, it'll be nice to get our house back at some point.
That's true. There is an upside here.
Right. Yeah, we're looking forward to that. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit you with some questions just to get everybody familiar with the family. I had a brush with Uncle Steve. He did one of our podcasts remotely. I'm sure you both listened to that. It sounds like he's a super nice guy, and he's going to be the officiant at the ceremony. He told us a story in the previous podcast about how Bob almost killed him playing basketball. So can we get your side of the story on that one, Bob, and see how if the two stories jive at all?
Okay, before he tells the story, though, I do want to just say, Greg, though, often we would get together, and anytime we got together, then Steve and Bob would always plan basketball. And I always held my breath until I saw them coming back because I just know these two go all out. And I was always worried about injuries and trips to emergency. Okay, well, I'll Bob take it from here.
So that he was pretty close in his memory of the day. He hadn't been playing basketball in that heat, and so he wasn't used to it. So we were playing basketball, and I was thumping him. I mean, it was really a thumping. And,
you guys weren't calling fouls, I guess, huh?
Fouls aren't. No, it's no blood, no foul. It's like the NBA, no babies allowed. But we were. I mean, the thumping wasn't physical. It was the score. I was just killing him. And but it was so hot and it overwhelmed him. And I
Mhm.
looked up and I was like, oh my gosh. And we were as far away from shade as you could possibly be on this basketball court. Why, we don't know, but we were. And there was there was a little bitty tree, Greg. I mean, it looked like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree. and I'm like, sit over here in the shade. And he's like, what shade? And I was fanning him with a towel and just trying. I was really scared. I thought he was going to have a heat stroke.
Oh my gosh.
But then when he started to breathe right again, I said, well, come on, let's finish the game.
Mercy only lasts for so long.
That's right. Wow.
I can just once I'm playing, it's like, okay, you okay now? All right, let's keep playing.
Yeah, well, that's not a story he's going to soon forget, you know. It's always funny how these situations where it's your near-death experience becomes one of your favorite stories and something you'll laugh about later after some time. That's crazy. So I'm sure growing up you guys had a lot of this kind of thing going on, having two boys, Bob Jr. and Mike. We saw some of the pictures that you sent over for the montage. It's interesting. It's going to be funny to, get the rest of the family to see all those great pictures. But how do you feel, Deb, about you're going to soon have two daughters-in-law? Is that going to be different for you?
Oh, my gosh. Are you kidding? I'm very excited. You know what, if I could just tell a story. So when we had all the kids together, they came for my mom's funeral, and we had this dinner, and I couldn't believe Tabitha and Jackie jumped right up. They were like the first ones up from the table, helping clear the dishes and put things away and wash dishes. And it just touched me so much, and I was so proud. And I just got up there and put my arms around them, and I just said, "These are going to be my daughter-in-laws." And I can't wait. I used to always just being the only woman. The guys, you make a dinner. The guys are gone. They come and eat it. They disappear. And now I got girls to talk to.
Yeah, that is quite a change. I'm sure that's going to be fantastic.
Yes. So I'm thrilled.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's great. And it's great that everybody gets along. And, it seems like, every time Jackie comes back from spending some time, and not only with Tabitha, but, there's some cousins, I guess, that Jackie's really close to on your side that she's really looking forward to having them all at the wedding as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, Jackie just fit right into my family. I mean, just just so natural. She's like there's a place waiting for her, and she just fits in so well, and it's great to see.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Excellent. Good stuff. Well, we were laughing about this the other day. We say that every time we see a movie that explores the relationships of the in-laws, there always seems to be one side of the family that's normal, and then the other side is kind of strange, but they don't know it. And you guys seem so normal. Gina and I are kind of worried that we're the strange, weird ones. Is that the case? Do you guys feel that way about us? What do we need to change? What's going on?
I don't think so, but I do have this way of telling if people are lying just by holding on to their thumbs. From the Fockers. Meet the Fockers.
Oh, yeah.
So if you see me hanging on to somebody's thumb, that's because it's a lie detector test.
We'll be looking for that.
I think the hard part is just that we haven't, the logistics with all of us living in every different direction, it's so hard because we don't get the opportunity to be together. But it was such a great chance. And how funny is it that we met up in Peoria and it wasn't even scheduled. And it was a great opportunity. It was way too fast.
The thing that was really neat to me, Greg, I'm sorry to interrupt, but was how natural it felt. I mean, it just seemed like we had known each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because, and so that I thought was really telling. I mean, it was very comfortable, able to talk about music right away, and and I thought that kind of that meant a lot to me anyway.
Yeah.
Just how easy it was.
So they just haven't written a movie with us. I don't think there is a crazy in-law in this situation. But I don't know. Maybe the other people at the wedding will have a different story to tell.
It could be us.
It's probably us.
It could be us. Yeah, just trying to be nice.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, Gene and I, we had my son Dan and Jackie when we were young, and we always had this fantasy that we were going to be the young, cool grandparents, and then we meet you guys, and that might not happen. You're going to be the young, cool grandparents, and we're going to be the ones that, are going to be...
Okay, I got to just let you know this, Greg. We're already sweating out that we're the old people here at this wedding.
This is unusual. This is uncharted territory. We are the old people.
We already got a complex about that.
I don't think so. I think we're all a similar age, and that, you guys are the ones. That's why we're doing this Camp Gladiator now. We're trying to get ourselves back into good shape. So if I ever have to play you, Bob, in basketball, at least I don't die on the court.
Well, yeah, but you're going to come in looking like Sylvester Stallone, and I'm going to look like, who knows?
We haven't done any kind of Camp Gladiator or anything. We've just moved. That's it.
Well, listen to those boxes. It's Camp Gladiator.
Yeah, doing some Camp Glad I'm eating, but that's about it.
All right, well, we'll have to settle that one on the basketball court someday.
Oh, no.
Okay, so here's another thing that's been driving me crazy. Explain to me, if you can, why Mike is such a great music trivia buff. The last time he was out here, we played a game of Name That Tune and the Artist when we were listening to a classic rock station. It was mostly 70s music, and I thought I was going to mop the floor with this guy, and he actually beat me hands down. So what's going on? Why is Mike so good at this?
That's just because of his mom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, not at all. But this is the way it is. Anytime we're together, and mostly in the car, so you can tell we spend a lot of time in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Bob is always, every song, who sings it, who sings it, who sings it. I can't get it right ever. He has to give me clues. It starts with their first name is so-and-so, and I finally get it. But that's why these kids are so good at it. I mean, they are used to, ever since they were little, this has been Bob's way of, and every car ride, who sings this, who sings this, who sings this. So it shows you who has brains in the family. It's definitely not Mom. Mike caught on, and he can remember all this stuff, but I can't.
Yeah, it is a true talent. He's like a savant when it comes to the artist and the tune. He can name it in like 3 bars every single time. It was very strange.
Well, Greg, because he told me, he's like, Dad, I never thought I'd tell you this, but thanks for always quizzing me on the music and then he told me about you guys playing Name That Tune and Artist. He's like, I was actually pretty good.
Yeah, well, he's being modest because it was better than good. We were going to try to come up with some sort of a medal or something to give him at the end of this little deal. It was crazy.
Yeah. But it is funny how, that's the 70s kind of rock music is what Bob listened to, but how both our boys have kind of developed an affinity for that, which is quite unusual for their age.
Yeah. No, that's unbelievable. So I've been racking my brain trying to come up with something that irritates me about Mike, and the only thing that I could find is that he prefers Android over Apple, which I think I'm going to be able to get over. So that's not going to be a big deal, but is there anyone in your family who's coming to the wedding that we need to stay away from? I'll just give you a hint. On our side, it's Gina's cousin, Monica, and I'm joking. I only say that because I know she's listening, and if I don't point her out, I'll never hear the end of it. But is there anyone on your side that's going to be funny at the wedding? And I think Monica's going to be that way. Everyone at the end of this wedding will know who Monica is. She'll make it her mission to introduce herself to everyone and, make sure she leaves a lasting impression.
I
don't know. I mean, I think I'm looking forward to it. And I've got my sister Carolyn's 2 daughters are coming, my brother's 2 daughters, my sister's son, and, they're just going to have fun. And I mean, I know that Nikki and Jenny and Sarah, and maybe Becky too, but they'll be out dancing.
Yeah.
I mean, they will be dancing probably nonstop.
I can tell you the crazy ones are going to be Bob Jr. and Mike together.
Oh,
and those two are together. You have not seen that yet. When those two are together, believe me, they will be cutting it up on the dance floor for sure.
Excellent.
Yes, and they're a group together.
Oh, yeah.
They really are.
Like who can outdo the other one.
Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's going to be great. That's exactly what we want at the wedding, is all that energy and, all that close family.
I can't believe they're as old as they are and still have the energy they got. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's the trick to it, isn't it? It's, to continue to act young and, and enjoy life. And I think certainly if Bob's anything like Mike, I can imagine it's going to be crazy. Okay. Well, just a couple more questions if you've got a few minutes. Just a few observations. You sent over some pictures for the photo montage, Deb, and Mike's always told us that he is a huge Detroit Lion fan, but in one of the pictures, it looked like he was dressed up like a member of the Dallas Cowboys. That was kind of strange. What's going on there?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So him and Bob were playing we lived in Toledo at the time.
Okay.
And him and Bob both played on the same team, even though they were, 3.5 years apart. Mm-hmm. And they were called the Cowboys.
They were the Springfield Cowboys.
Springfield Cowboys.
Ah.
Yeah.
So they were both running backs. And
okay.
Mike played on what's called the Goon Squad.
Oh yeah.
That was the little guys who just went in for like raw meat, And so he was a running back on the Goon Squad. He actually carried the ball at the stadium for the Toledo Rockets. I mean,
University of Toledo.
University of Toledo.
They got to play one game there, and he got to go in for one of the plays because it was really the older boys that were playing, and they let the Goon Squad go in at the end.
Well, and the funny thing was, Greg, is that the Cowboys was actually the smallest team in the league.
Uh-huh.
And then Mike was the small. His Goon Squad was the smallest group on the team, and so when he went out there to carry the ball, I mean, I was like, oh my gosh,
he's gonna get crushed.
but he did, and he didn't fumble, So he was all geeked up.
Yeah.
So that's why he was a Cowboy for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah, it was so interesting for us to see that picture. Those are the fun things, with the kids growing up, all those activities they participate in, and it seems like that's what makes these guys the people that they are. All these opportunities to get involved in sports and besides athletics, even memorizing those songs. Mike's probably a better engineer today because he developed the neurons necessary to remember all those formulas and all those kind of things. That's great. So this wedding is shaping up to be a huge destination wedding. Like we said, we probably have 120, and it's probably going to be closer to 150 people when everybody, finally checks in with their RSVPs, and we'll have both sides of the family spending a lot of time together. So at the end of the week, we are going to leave as a very close-knit family, which is really unbelievable for us. It's going to be great to really get the opportunity to meet more of Mike's immediate family and friends. I know they even have some people coming in from Peoria from work. Jackie has some friends from school, so it's going to be great. Is there anything else that you guys want to bring up on the podcast here as we lead up to the wedding?
I just want to recall, first the first time we met Jackie. It's so funny because we don't know what it's like to have girls, and we have boys, and let me tell you, they don't talk to you. I mean, they don't tell you what's going on in their life. So, you get a few texts here and there, and Mike is known for his, one answer, replies. How you doing? Fine. That's it. How's work going? Okay. But anyway, so we were getting ready for his graduation and going for his graduation at Bradley, and then we kind of learned about that time that, we might meet a girl, and her name's Jackie.
Okay.
And, then we found out Jackie wasn't going to be at graduation because she had to leave from school and get back because she was already going to work. But we said, well, we've got to meet her. And so we were able to find a time to go out to dinner. And so Jackie joined us for dinner, and oh my gosh, I felt like we just scared her to death. She looked like a deer in the headlights. And I thought, oh my gosh, are we this intimidating? And I felt so bad, but she was so sweet. And so that was our first chance to meet Jackie, and I wish we could have met her more. I mean, it was just for a brief evening, and and it was a while before we got to meet her again. But a lot of things that I recall about Jackie is, one, is this girl works. I mean, I don't know. It seems like she always carries 3 jobs, 2 or 3 jobs.
She is a workaholic.
She is. It is amazing. And I thought, oh my gosh, this girl, when she told me the story that she also worked at a shelter, I think it was a pet shelter, and she was telling me that she's highly allergic to pets, especially cats. And I'm thinking, and this is job number 3. I'm like, oh my goodness, this girl is so dedicated. She's showing up to a job, and she's so allergic to these pets and miserable. And that goes a lot to character. I thought, oh my goodness, this is quite a girl. And then the biggest thing is when we had the opportunity to take the kids on that cruise, and that was our first chance to really spend any time with Mike and Jackie together. And it was so neat. And I'll never forget when we got to go to the destination in Bahamas, and we were at the beach there, and I just sat and watched Mike and Jackie walking in the beach and playing in the water, and it was just so neat to just see how they fit so good together. And I'm sure you guys are experiencing this as well, but you just get to smile, and you couldn't be more proud to know that your kids have found that person that's just their soulmate. And so that opportunity, because we finally got to spend time together, just was the time that I really got to see what a great fit they are. And of course at that time they, no engagement yet, and I was just like wanted it to happen. And then Jackie said, well, I'm not supposed to get engaged till after I graduate. And I'm like, well, hurry up and graduate. But anyways, we just fell in love with her, and it's so exciting to finally see this day coming together. I think we're just all so fortunate to just have these two coming together and having and becoming family.
Yeah, and I can't add a whole lot to that except for as a parent, as a dad, what you want is you want your children to be happy and with the person that they love, and they bring out the best in them, and vice versa. And that's what I see when I see them together. It's they do everything as a team, and they there's no doubt you can see the love for each other in their eyes and in their actions, and that's what you want. And so it's fun to see it, and you know what, and I know you feel the same way, Greg. It makes you happy that your child is happy. I don't know how to put it into words other than that. The other thing that I will say, though, is we did go to Disney World when they were down for Christmas, and it's the first time I ever went to see Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
We had to do and the Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid. And I'm going, are you kidding me?
Yeah, Jackie.
The Little Mermaid.
We have to go on the Little Mermaid ride. I'll tell you the best part about the Little Mermaid ride is you went down underneath, and it was down like in this cave, and it was nice and cool. So she got thumbs up from all of us just because we could get out of the heat.
It was a great time, but it was a totally different perspective for me.
Because when we took the kids, of course, years ago, but when you're doing boys, they skip the Little Mermaid and the Beast.
Oh yeah, Jackie, she's always had an affinity for the Little Mermaid. So I could play that movie if I close my eyes, I could see that movie from start to finish because I've seen it so many times.
Funny, now ours was Lion King and Aladdin.
Yep.
I see. Yeah, those are always classics. Those movies are great, and I'm sure when we're blessed with some grandkids, we'll experience the exact same situation all over again. There'll be another Disney movie. Yep, that we'll have to see thousands of times, and we'll love it as much as we saw it the first time, just because we're there with the grandkids. It's going to be amazing. But yeah, we totally agree. We are so fortunate that Jackie found Mike, because the hardest part would be if you run into a situation where they fall in love with someone you absolutely just can't stand. And it's not that situation. When Mike comes, we have such a good time. We went golfing with Mike, and he talked to Jackie so many times we had to stop him and say, "Mike, you're 6 over par on calls from Jackie, so you have to put the phone away, and we got to get back to golf."
Yeah, that is true. It's like back away from the phone.
You guys will survive without each other.
Exactly right. Yeah, give it a break. Enjoy the other company.
But we wouldn't want it any other way.
That's right. No, it's fantastic. So I really appreciate you two making the time for us this afternoon. This is a lot of fun to catch up and share some experiences and some stories before the big day. It'll be here before you know it, and hopefully we'll have a beautiful day. Like you said, this rain will get out of its system, and June 13th won't be too hot. We'll get a little breeze, and we'll have a great time.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. Looking forward to new memories. That'll be great.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, you two enjoy the rest of your evening, and if anyone has any comments or you want to send some information about the podcast, please feel free to do so at gkraynak, that's KRAYNAK149 @gmail.com. We will have a few more upcoming podcasts. We're going to get Jackie and Mike on for one before the wedding, so that should be a lot of fun. We have a couple other surprises in store, so this will be online and available for your listening pleasure, and we'll have more to come before the big day on June 13th. This is our Sunday episode number 8, and we look forward to seeing you all at the wedding on June 13th. Have a great day. Bye-bye.